What's up, man? Welcome back to another episode number
How we
2.
doing?
They thought we was just gonna do one of these things. Nah, we coming
Not
back
a
with number
chance.
2. Today's episode, we will be talking about Mike Malone being fired from the Nuggets with just 3 games left in the season. We look at why the owner says this was the right time to do it.
Crazy
Uh,
work.
crazy, ain't it? Shedeur Sanders, he anything the Sanders family does, they shaking up the whole football world. His
Because get
latest
to
thing
be
was on
on.
his pro day. His pro day, him patting the ball. What NFL? We look at what NFL players are saying,
Oh man,
and the infamous transfer portal. It is the portal is starting to portal for college basketball teams, and it will open up soon
the
for the
Wild Wild
NFL.
West.
I mean, for college teams. We'll look at how it will affect your team and more on Beyond the Game. What's up? How y'all doing? I'm Jordan.
I'm Chris.
Oh, and today we'll get started with the NBA. Man, y'all, hold on. I'll just put this disclaimer out there. Y'all got to be. We gonna get to football season. We are going to get to football season.
Step by
We gonna
step, brick by
we
brick.
gonna get there. We gonna
But
get
we
there.
are playing
Trust me.
football though.
We are the lovers of the NFL, college football, football. That's just what we gonna get there. I promise you. I promise we gonna get there. But Mike Malone has been fired from the Denver Nuggets after winning a championship not less than what was that,
Two years ago.
two year,
Yeah.
2 years ago. He's got the Nuggets right now sitting. It's kind of it's a tie in the
They're about
out
tied for
there in the
fourth,
West.
right?
Yeah, with you got the Clippers came out of nowhere this year, and all of a sudden they're hooping.
Bro,
Um,
there are dark horse out there, bro. There's some dangerous
yeah,
team. The West is always dangerous like that though.
dangerous. But you got the
Especially last
Nuggets.
decade.
Between the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, and the Warriors. It's just you got a lot. It's a lot going on, man.
Yeah, Jimmy Buckets came over to the West, started shaking things up.
Yeah,
You got them three teams like the Rockets, the Grizzlies, like the West.
the Nuggets are sitting in. They're tied in that fourth spot. It's a the West is wild. Between they could lose a game and end up in the play-in tournament, all the way down eighth, ninth, or
Man,
eighth seed, because you
they're
got,
hooping out there, man.
yeah, the Nuggets and the Warriors are about a game or two behind. The Lakers got a 2 game lead on them, but then the Clippers and the Grizzlies, they're all within a game or two of each other. So I think it's crazy that you fire a man after he won a championship 2 years ago. He has them on the, like, they could win 50 games this year. You don't hear about coaches being fired after winning 50 games in the NBA season. Like, that's just
Exactly, bro. And like I heard a lot of people talking about they're having like a 4 game defensive slump,
a
whatnot.
slot.
I'm
So
I'm
that's,
like,
yeah.
so that's enough to get somebody fired that brought you your first championship in how many years? How many decades?
So this is what, so a lot of, I'm hearing that people are just believing that his voice isn't resonating in the locker room anymore. They believe that the team has kind of, for like a better terms, like fallen off over the past however many games. The owner, I will say, has he came out and said that this was a good time to fire Mike Malone because, like, he understands that they have a good team, and, like, we've heard the old adage that winning heals, or winning covers up a lot, essentially. And
That is
that's
true.
what he was saying is or has been happening, is like they've just been winning, and so a lot of the problems that they've had inside the building have
Just
kind
haven't
of just
really
been
been
masked by
shown or
winning.
whatnot. Yeah, okay.
And that's why he fired Mike Malone now. He said, I'm not about to let you go on a deep run into the playoffs and then people looking at me like I'm crazy because I done
when we
let you go after
lose.
you done.
Yeah.
Yeah, so nah, like I'm gonna go
Okay.
ahead and drop you off right now. We can, yeah, like I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna leave you. You can. Your stop is right here, my boy. We,
Hmm.
I ain't no. You ain't getting back on this bus. It was cool while we had it going, and like I mean, everybody kind of knew that the general manager and the owner didn't really, or the general manager and the head coach,
Didn't see eye to eye.
Calvin, what's the name? Harris, maybe.
I think it's Calvin Harris.
Uh, I don't know, but bro, him and Mike Malone didn't get along, and it's never really good when your general manager and your coach not on the same page. You got your general manager, your head coach, and your all star or your main player. They've got to be on the same page if you want to
Yeah.
win and win a championship.
It's a
And
team, the championship DNA.
yeah, and the owner said, "Look, I ain't even about to pick a side. Both of y'all get the hell up out of here. Both of y'all kick rocks." Like
Like, we can't be grown about this. We're not adults about this. All right, say less.
said, "Look, yeah, since y'all can't figure it out, I'm gonna figure it out for
Got
you."
for you.
Mike Malone, Mike and Calvin, get out of there. Both of y'all.
He put a
We'll catch y'all on
grandparent.
the
He put
flip
a
side.
grandparent card. So
For
understandable from
real.
that standpoint. That's really understandable. Totally.
For real.
But
And I mean,
man,
like it. And so, but it's just like how,
the timing of it is just
yeah, just
wild.
how do you fire the man? It's like, bro, we're getting into a,
Especially
they
when you
shouldn't have
know it's
lost.
been brewing throughout the whole season too. Like, we're past, way past All Star break. Like, we're past, like, almost to a point of no return when it comes to just the timing of it. That's my biggest problem, I
Firing
guess, with it.
your coach and your general manager, bro. Like you, because I mean, like, granted, okay, you probably gonna take one of your assistant coaches, make him your interim head coach, but
Yeah,
bro,
that
ain't
man wasn't
nobody in
ready
that.
for that.
Not was he not ready? Nobody in that locker room is going to be there next year. Like, granted, the players, but bro, you're going to bring in a new general manager and a new head coach. That means every assistant, every
Clean
position, every
house.
specialist, everybody's gone.
Hmm.
Everybody,
Position coaches,
everybody.
offense or defensive coaches.
And so
Like,
it's like, what? Like, do you really set? I mean,
I
I
mean, you
guess
send a
he's willing
message,
to
but
take that.
at the same time too, is then you
That's a
go to the
step back.
player aspect too. Yeah, it's a step back for organization and then player aspect. Like, how many of those players was really like, if that happens with the whole clear house of coaching, staffing, in that sense, trainers, whatnot. How do you expect players to react in your roster that you have now that you feel confident with?
Okay, but you can't tell me that Nikola Jokic ain't have nothing to do with Buddy being fired. Like, you
Right?
can't tell me Nikola Jokic didn't have
I'm not saying
anything
that.
to do.
I'm not
You're
saying
not.
that.
That's my point.
Just,
That's my
yeah,
point. Because the next person that comes in, general manager or head coach, Nikola Jokic will have a say. And so
got to.
and granted, basketball is very different than football, but I think as long as he gives the okay, everybody else gonna be good. Cause
If it's that real culture, yeah, they all really about that to win, whatnot.
but
Then
like
yeah,
if you're not, then you can get gone too. Kick rocks with the rest of them. Cause like,
100%. You already know that's gonna happen.
but
It's
you're
the
not.
players at that point we're talking
Yeah,
about.
and this is the NBA. The players run that league. Okay, this is the NBA. The players run that league. The only thing that I can say within the past, I don't know, 5 or so years, where it's just like, okay,
The league
like
has changed a lot too, though.
but the what's the name trade, Luca trade is the only time where it's like, okay, like, bruh, really like showing you this my shit. I run this my shit. Like, if I want you gone, you gonna get gone.
He put a
So
power move.
yeah, yeah. But what's the name gonna pull a power move and fire his ass too? He about to be gone too. The owner or the general manager for the Mavs if they don't.
That family,
Because right now they sitting at the 10. They sitting at the 10 spot,
they
bruh,
fighting them and Sacramento fighting to get in right now.
bruh. Like I understand injuries and stuff, but like Luca don't get
Repercussions.
hurt. Luca
Every
does
action,
not get hurt.
like we've said multiple times before, every action is gonna have a reaction, whether it's good,
Most
whether it's
definitely.
bad. And his actions is
Most
having the reaction right now.
most definitely. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, but let's talk about that though, because now you fired Mike Malone and he's been a great coach. but they have been kind of the kryptonite for the Los Angeles for the Lakers. And I think that is interesting, and like that could change. And I think it's going. I mean, I think it's changed a bit this year since
Mm-hmm.
JJ Redick's become their head coach. They have the game planning has become a lot better. Darvin Ham should have been gone a long time ago. That's my opinion. I'm not
I
a
agree.
Lakers fan. I'm a LeBron James fan. Wherever LeBron goes, I will be a fan. But Darvin Ham just shouldn't have been the coach. But as of right now, where we sit, the Lakers have a matchup with the Grizzlies.
That's very interesting as
Um,
well too.
and that's
They
something
just
that I
recently lost their head coach as well. That which I don't know, Grizzly. Just like how a lot of people said, the Grizzlies and me have just been interesting. It seemed like a lot more of a project this season.
yeah, they've kind of been just lingering around though. Like there hasn't been too much talk about them. They've kind of just been like there. Like
But yeah, but
they're playing
certain
pretty good
aspects,
basketball. Go ahead.
I about to say, with certain aspects, especially the offensive side too, it's like they're experimenting a lot, and it's just like you said, they're lingering around. They're being there. They're not bad. They're
Yeah.
not the best for sure,
I
but
definitely wouldn't have
I
looked
feel
at
like
them and
it's
said,
part.
"Oh, they have 47 wins this year." Like,
Yeah, but at the same time, you got, they have Ja, they have Jared Jackson, they have the supporting cast as well too, with different role players, different people who's able to step up, do their part of the team, and I feel like the biggest thing outside of playoffs for them, or what's keeping them in, is that how many of those guys do you think are really going to be around for this next season, or is going to get moved around on that off season? Because there's talks of Ja possibly being moved. A lot of people are voting
they're talking
for
about him
them
to the
moving.
Lakers.
Yeah, and then people are lobbying of trying to, or saying that, yeah, Jared Jackson's move after he's elevated
I
his
think when,
game to the
but
highest point
once
of his
Ja go,
career.
I think once Ja goes, you've officially entered a rebuild. Like, because Ja Morant is your all
You're a
star,
superstar.
your cat. Like he is, and so he
He,
is what puts butts in seats at the end of the day. And Desmond Bane's good, but Jaren Jackson's good. He's elevated, like you said, he's elevated his game. But
I feel like he's at the best of his career, his whole basketball career. That kid can shoot
yeah,
now. Like
but
he got a jumper.
yeah, I mean he's been developing that for a few years. But I also think like Jaren Jackson has become Jaren Jackson because of a John Morant. Like you don't, yeah, I just don't think like
Fair to that
Jaren
point.
Jackson's a solid player. He's a solid player, but like you, he's going to be a number two option wherever he goes. Like, and that's at best. Like at best, he's the number. I think on a championship team, he's number three.
Championship
That's
team. That's fair. That's fair. I can understand. I
like I
understand.
would send. I say a championship team, but like I you go let him play big for the Lakers. He's number four. Forget number three. He's a number four option.
I feel like, me personally, I feel like Jared Jackson, show him developing and, being with y'all, having additional jaw, and his usage on that team has shown that he can be a higher option. Like, I
Yeah.
would say, like,
He's
because the
good.
fact of this
He's
kid,
good.
he was not we gotta let that kid sit and shoot off game in the corner. Now he's
Well,
effective from
yes,
center to
not
quarter.
2 years, but I would say like starting about 2, 3 years ago, he started. I'm talking top of the key was knocking it down. Like
Like, bro,
he's getting
I've
more
seen
consistent.
clips, highlights of this kid off the dribble. A straight up defender, like a straight up paint defender that is now comfortable or getting comfortable putting the ball on the ground,
Oh, he's turning
and
into.
shooting.
He has developed his offensive game. Just like I said, like I say before, like I say all often, which I don't understand why. Like you really start to see the difference because when you see players develop, you really see the difference in certain players because you're not going to sit here and tell me if I consistently work at something that I'm not going to get progressively better over time. And damn it, like they just it's I don't understand how there are players in the NBA, NFL that are just like,
Just
bro,
staying the
how are
same
you
or even
how
looking worse
getting
season by
worse?
season. With being,
Like,
like you
bro,
said,
I
being at a
understand.
professional level with all the access, all the money, like
Like
it's
you
just the
have
drive and
literally
the
have nothing
will.
to do but play your sport, but do what you got to do. And you telling me you like
one
I
person I've
understand
seen
age is
that's
one thing. When you start getting too old to do it, okay. But you're
yeah.
talking about getting like, bro, what are we talking about? Like, get better. Like, get like you know what
Shout
you
out
can and
George
cannot
Pickens.
do.
I saw him working out, actually working on his craft, and he's looking better. But solo opposite.
Yeah,
That's the
but
NFL.
George,
But
we got
uh,
yeah, we not gonna get to the NFL, but we gonna talk about George Pickens. George need to work on his attitude before he start working on what he do on the field. George Pickens ain't never been a bad football player. George Pickens just got a bad attitude. He has a terrible
facts.
attitude. George Pickens, there's no reason why George Pickens shouldn't have been a number one receiver or number one first round draft pick coming out of Georgia. When he was at Georgia, he was going crazy, but his attitude is so bad. But that's neither here nor there. We'll
Facts.
get it. Man, what I'm not really understanding too about these little playoffs is like the Thunder, bro. I mean, not the Thunder, the Cavs. Like, I don't think anyone really believes the Cavaliers are are really gonna do that thing this year. Like, they 63-16. They a game behind, or they're 3 games behind the Thunder for that overall
Number
number one
one,
seed.
that
But
power
like,
ranking.
nobody believes that they go into a
Bro,
7-game series in the Eastern Conference Finals with the Celtics. Don't nobody believe that even though game one is going to be on the Cavs court, don't nobody believe that the Celtics can't go in there and win 2 or 3 games or go in there and like nobody. The Celtics could get rid of them in 5 if they really wanted to. I think like the
yes, because
Cavs can probably come out and win game one, but after
the
that, I
Cavs
think this
are
this
amazing. Like they've been playing blitz and they've been playing amazing. But the thing is, when the Cavs lose, is really for me. When the Cavs lose, is a lot of things of like just simple stuff. That they lose games they shouldn't lose.
mm,
And they have no business to
mm,
lose, especially with the young
mm.
firepower. And then when
But
you
that's
go
what it is.
against
What you
a
say? What was the word?
championship,
What you say? What you say before
young,
firepower?
young. They are young, very young. The oldest guys who I can think off the top of my head who's putting in the most valuable minutes, like
Donovan Mitchell is their
Mitchell,
leader.
and then Darius
Has
Garland.
Donovan
Which
has Donovan Mitchell what
they still
what
have
has
Jerry
Donovan
Allen,
Mitchell?
right?
Yeah, no, okay, that's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think they have a good team and they can cause a lot of matchup problems because they run two bigs,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that can be their advantage against the Celtics because most teams that match up against the Celtics don't have a matchup for Porzingis. You don't have nobody that's gonna mess with him on the offense or defensive end. Like,
Slow him down.
and I think Darius Garland gonna have to
Darius Garland, bro.
put some shit
See,
to
I
him
bet
because
the thing is though, bro, I've been watching that kid since high school. Since he grew up down in Georgia, Tennessee area. That kid, bro, I'm very proud of him from what he transpired from the time he committed what I think he went to Vandy, which was weird at the time too. That
I didn't know
kid,
that.
when it comes to defending, bro, as well too,
But he's
he's
six
gonna
one.
go.
You got to sit down and defend. You have to at that size. You're not shooting like Steph Curry. You have to. You
Like
have to either be crazy on offense or sit down and defend. And you got to defend at 6'1".
hmm Like Darius Garland, I feel like him and Mitchell's gonna make a huge difference and keep them in a lot of games. But the thing is with Garland, he's gotta have to score and defend. He's gotta have
And that's
to
that's the
work.
big. He has to.
That he
He
has
has
to
to. And that's what I'm
work.
saying. Like he's going to have to pull his britches up and lock in for 7 games.
Lace
You
the
can't have
boots,
a bet.
pull yourself by your
But
boot
I'm telling
tabs.
you, by the bootstraps, my boy, and lock in because I'm telling you, Jalen Brown's gonna do it for 7 games. And damn,
hmm
Peyton Pritchard coming off the bench, he gonna do it to you for
With a
like,
heater too. He
like,
got that heater too.
and it's
I
like,
think
bro, Darius Garland, like, and then it also goes to uh Donovan Mitchell. Like, bro, Donovan Mitchell is known to go missing. He is known to go missing, and he will. And you can't go missing against the Celtics. Like, I mean,
you gotta
granted, you do
be.
got other teams like the Pacers, the Knicks, the Bucks. The Bucks are the only other team that I'll consider in the East based on matchups. The Knicks are decent. They're a good team. Don't get me wrong, but it's also there in the East. They don't match up well against they
Like them against two bigs, them against I don't know,
Cat
people
Cat
talk
has not Cat has been good, but he don't bring that grit. Like Isaiah Hartenstein was real. Like he wasn't gonna give you damn 30 and 10, but
yeah.
what he brought on the defensive end was
Being
and
presence in the
Cat just not
paint,
doing it, bro.
slowing the game down. Cat's just he's just an offensive like a scoring forward, heavily a scoring forward. And like I've heard all the story, the funny stories from Jeff Teague talking about Cat
Oh
in
yeah,
Minnesota not trying to guard people, not trying to guard Boogie, and like it that even kind of goes to show like Cat is like that. But when he has to match up against these bigs, and you're going to be a deciding factor of the game. We seen what I put Cat at. We seen what I put him at time and time again. He's an amazing basketball player, amazing
time
hooper.
and time
But
again.
time and time again, I'm putting like I want to go if I'm playing against Cat. Whoever's my like dog, whoever's gonna go down possession after possession, bang down low, and really like get busy, like want to have that dog fight. I'm putting him on Cat. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah,
That's all
because
it
you
is.
gonna get him
That's
out of
all
his
it is
game.
to it.
You
Exactly,
gonna get him
bro.
out of his game.
Like
And so that's why I don't take. There's only 3 teams in the East that I'll take serious, and that's the Cavs, the Celtics, and the Bucks. And I think the Cavs are. eh, I'm really. I think the Celtics come out the East again, and I just don't think there's much of a matchup for them.
mm-hmm.
Now, who the Celtics play in the NBA Finals? Because boy, that
Everybody.
whoever gets to them Celtics are going to be they're going to be tired, bro. They have gone
Yes.
through a gauntlet, a dog fight, and there's going to be a lot of game
You
sevens
got
out there in the East. I mean, in the West.
OKC Nuggets, even like we was talking
Bro,
about a
where
little
are the
bit earlier. The
Clippers coming
Clippers,
from? Where
bro,
are the Clippers coming from?
they've showed us. James Harden said, "Respect my name." Kawhi is
Oh, he's
back.
still
If Kawhi is healthy,
James Harden gonna show you. James Harden still the same James Harden. He ain't gonna play no damn defense, but boy, he can go get you 30 any night. And I'm talking ISO. Everybody get the hell out the way.
people don't like to
Everybody
play a
back
healthy
up.
Kawhi. Nobody likes a healthy Kawhi. That's the
Nah,
other thing
because that's
too.
the thing too. Like that, nobody questions how great Kawhi Leonard is. He went to Toronto and won them boys a ring. When's the last time? We ain't never heard about the Raptors winning no damn championships.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, but he went out there, bought them boys a ring. But it's just like healthy. Can you stay healthy? That
Is he
man, we thought
healing?
we thought he was a second. We thought he was gonna be better than KD. We thought he was number 2 right behind LeBron when he was with the Spurs. Health. Can he stay healthy? They are
Mm-hmm.
playing some good basketball, especially with Zubac. They're playing some good basketball, man. And I'm a fan of the
Zubac
Clippers.
is a dog too down in that paint.
I'm a
That boy
fan of
gonna
the
go.
Clippers just because I'm a fan of how good of a coach Ty Lue is. Um, but they got some stuff to get through. And shoot, ain't nobody really talking about the Rockets. Like the Rockets a little slept on. Like
Rockets just a young. That's another one of them young teams
young,
too.
young,
Just very young, bro.
and
They
I
got
think that's why.
Sengun.
Yeah,
They got Jalen. Man, the Thompson,
boy, is he hooping.
bro.
What's his name? The
That's another thing. Is there a sewer or a man
one
who's
of the
playing on
Thompson
there?
brothers, and then you got what's his name too? Who is the I'm I'm thinking of Cade Cunningham, but I know he plays for the Pistons. What is his name? The young guard. I think he plays guard for the
He's about
Rockets.
Shepard. Is it Shepard?
Uh,
No, because okay, a man plays for the Rockets. He's like the crazy athlete.
Jalen Green. Jalen Green.
Yeah, Jalen Green, bro.
Yeah,
That
Jalen
kid was the
Green.
number.
Okay.
He was the number one player coming
Hooper,
out of his high school
Hooper,
class.
Hooper,
Like same class.
Hooper.
Oh, I
Real
just
deal.
him and Cade was in the same class as well too. He decides to go
Real
to
deal.
bro. He went to the G League Ignite. He said, "Forget college. I'm not gonna get
College, yeah.
paid because I know how good. I know my worth." Right before the NIL really started hitting, that kid played with so many. Like that kid
I didn't
been
even. They're really
unreal.
sleepers though,
Their
because
class,
then they
bro. Their
got.
whole draft, their whole high school class was
Yeah, it was
hoopers.
tough. Yeah,
Like
it
I
was
think
tough.
Scotty Barnes in the same class too. I think like
Probably.
I
But I'm just looking
mean
at their roster. Like they got
Reed
Stephen.
Shepard.
And then they got veteran presence though. They got Steven Adams and Dylan Brooks. Like, and they got Aaron Holiday. So they've got some veteran. Oh, Fred Van Vliet.
Mm-hmm.
I think they can make a run. They can give
Problem.
some teams some problems. But
It's just
I
gonna be
but I
young.
think like I'm sorry. It just simply comes down. You're not going to outplay LeBron James in the playoffs. You're not going to outplay Stephen Curry in the playoffs. That is why
Mm-hmm.
people are really. And he got Jimmy Butler. Ah man, we know Jimmy.
It can
Jimmy
get
Jimmy
spooky
go
out
from
there.
here to here when Jimmy go from
It
here
gets
to here
really
when the
spooky.
playoffs start. Jimmy
You
all of a
put
sudden
Jimmy
Jimmy
but
knocking down threes during the playoffs. Jimmy Butler during the regular season shooting 30 something percent for
next thing
threes.
you
He
know,
get to the playoffs.
47. He can shoot 47, man. He just got to shoot every shot is just the one they need to. Like it gets real.
Just the right at the right time.
Like
At the
age to
right,
me is so key too in these playoffs, bro, because it gets real spooky when you've done been here before
it get
and
wicked.
you know
It
somebody,
does.
bro, I'm not.
Because what
But
they say?
mentality
What they
goes.
say? You see that? You see that? They say that butthole get real tight. them nerves get them nerves.
Start
You
puckering,
get
boy.
nervous. Yes, sir.
They're like,
Yes,
yeah, I
sir.
ain't
They
go.
get.
And then you got these old heads. I'm not going for this again. Not a chance.
Like,
It gets
I'm not about to
real
use. I'm
in
not about
that
to lose to
field.
these. I'm not about to lose to these little young man. Get bro.
Nah,
Y'all can come back when I get. Let's say they're like, look, you ain't got too long. I'm about to retire in the next 5 to 10, maybe. We don't know. We don't. Steph Curry, LeBron, KD, them boys can be hooping forever. But they
mm-hmm.
like, look, we don't. It's gonna be our time eventually. But right now,
Understand. There's levels
that's the
to
thing too,
this.
though. KD, we don't talk about them Suns, bro. They got to do something. Like that's the thing we was talking about. I was saying like it's a players' league, bro. Bradley Bill, like a what's the name in an apartment. He just squatting. My boy ain't going nowhere. He said it don't matter how bad I play, you still gonna pay me my six. What how much? 60 mil a year? Still gonna pay me
Mm-hmm.
that, and you can't trade me because I got a trade no trade clause. I control where I go.
He steps ahead of the game. Like KG and Paul Pierce said, the league has changed so much because it went from just like managers, more of a front office ran league
Boy, David
to
Stern
now it's
made them boys wear
players.
suits. David Stern came in there and changed everything. They said, "Nah, y'all gonna wear suits. Y'all are showing up to work. This ain't no."
Mm-hmm.
It was
This is.
very. It was very. The owners, the general managers, they ran the league, but
Mm-hmm.
not no more.
Nah,
And so it's just
you
like
got
that's
young
a
boys
like
making bread,
bread.
making
Yeah,
bread.
they gotta they gotta get that into the NFL, bro. We gotta start getting more guaranteed contracts. We gotta up the salary cap. We gotta do something because it ain't a shortage of money. But that's neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
But the Suns, what are they going to do, bro? I don't think they're going to get rid of Devin Booker because Devin Booker, they that's their cornerstone. I
He
don't
said
think
the
they're going to
same
build
same
around.
thing as Luca though. We saw what happened with Luca that quick, that easy, that fast.
Them. They not as dumb as that that like down there in Dallas that just
But
traded.
the way Devin Booker has been playing this season has changed too, because it's kind of more similar, almost to a step to me. As like not in he's playing as like a Team USA Devin Booker role like that he's only trying to do, but so much like. But at the same time, the way his production, what he's brought, has changed a little bit too. From
But
him
I
just
think
being straight scorer to
he's
like really
understood
filling
that
out.
they need a point guard on that team, and they don't have one. That was their problem last year. They didn't have a ball handler, and while he's trying to fill more of that point guard role, they have a lot of holes on their team. The team just isn't deep enough. They don't
Shredded
have
get
the
that KD trade really just ripped that team,
did him.
bro.
It did them in, and like they did him bad. And it's just like, bro, like now they need to. You really need to try to trade Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. And I don't know what Kevin Durant's contract is like. I don't. He could be out of there this year, but I think if anything, bro, you don't want to go into a complete rebuild, but you need to get some draft picks and try to get some
Do
depth in this
something,
team.
bro.
And it's like, because you can't keep, bro, they literally just ran it back this year from last year. And it was like, what did you think was going to happen? You didn't, just what did you think was going to happen? That junk,
They put all their what is it called? You put all your what
all
into a
your eggs
bucket.
in one basket. Yeah,
One
like
eggs in
that's
one
literally all
basket.
they did. All they did was put all their eggs into these three. And it's just
So
like,
KD, yeah, 2022, KD set a 4 year, $194 million contract.
that's stupid.
Almost 200 million, bro.
And
And like
and
not
it's
even
not like he was a spring chicken.
Exactly, bro.
Buddy
I
like
know, as
35
no
when he's
disrespect,
30 something he signed that. Like,
and like no disrespect to KD either, but like his availability, like physically, like you felt confident with how what he's been having to deal with injury
bro,
wise,
did
knowing they
we
were
have
coming
not
back
seen,
from Team USA. We have not seen
but we
100%
have not
KD.
seen a lot of. I think we have. I don't think we've seen. How many people have you seen come back from an Achilles like that and just hooping
Clay
like
Thompson,
that?
yeah, that is true. Because Clay Thompson, the only other person I could think of who really in recent history is like Kobe.
Kobe, and we knew what happened. We saw what happened to Kobe. Kobe. Granted, Kobe was already older, but Kobe
Mm-hmm.
was never the same. Like I mean, Kobe was good. Like Kobe still had it. He still had Kobe moments, but like
Yeah,
so
that's
like
different.
he's Kevin Durant's really the only player we've seen come back from an Achilles like this and really get into it. But oh man, prayers up for Jalen Wells.
Yeah,
Got hurt
Memphis
last night.
Memphis player, man. I forget who exactly on the Hornets, but it's some guy. I'm pretty sure he don't even play for real. Like not even the moment in that fast break, he just ran under him. Once the guy was already on the rim, I'm talking about this guy's already on the rim, and then knocks his legs
But
from
you,
under him.
but Chris, we know how it is. Like especially when we know how it is, and that's why I don't knock a lot of people when they be talking about like certain athletes doing certain stuff, and it's like I don't get mad at them because when you are, granted I don't know too much about Jalen Wells, and so like I'm assuming he's out there playing hard too. But when you get into like moments like this where people are fighting, it's like, bro, they don't fighting clawed to get into the league or like into whatever position, and now they got an opportunity. They're about to go out there and play their ass off. Like they're not going to go out there and they're about to play really hard, and that can get people hurt. And
Yeah,
like just
that
diving
is
for loose
true.
balls and trying to make plays that like, all right, it's just like, okay, like, all right, I could have just let that go, but because I don't get a lot of time and I'm
He
fighting for
did
my time,
like in the moment as soon as it happened, as soon as the guy from the Hornets undercut
he
him,
was
it
like,
was immediate regret. I remember
yeah,
Ja jumped in because Mark Williams was trying to defend this guy. Ja, was jawing off because you just knocked this guy out. Like this guy is sitting here knocked out, like almost unconscious. Immediately brought out the stretcher for us. So I can understand from that
like, that's
standpoint, but
crazy. They had him on a stretcher.
like immediately the stretcher comes out. And just last night, they was announcing that he had woken up, is able to move like his hands and stuff,
Oh,
like
okay,
is
no, that's
aware and
good.
stuff like it. So it was good. Like the guy still made a dunk, everything, but it's just like you said, like in the heat of the moment as a competitor, things happen. But at the same time, it's just very unfortunate way things happen for Jalen
Very
Wells. So
unfortunate.
like you said, prayers up for sure for the guy, man. Hate to see anybody truly get hurt or any crazy things from like him, DeMar Hamlin, even major crazy, just unfortunate injuries, man. I
Unfortunate,
always hate
yeah.
to see it. Just prayers up for him, his family, everything's going well with that kid.
Yep. Pray. Definitely keep him in our prayers. But as it just wrapped up, the college basketball season, man, and
Yeah.
we dropped one in the final four. We yeah, we dropped one in the final four.
We dropped one in
But
the final
in
four in the last 4 minutes.
the finals, in the championship game, Florida goes. Oh, what were they down in San Antonio?
Yep, San Antonio.
Florida beats Houston. Um, in a what? It was pretty.
It was
They
close going back and forth. They
but
was
I'm saying Florida kind of won the game in the last
last couple
little bit.
seconds, last
Yeah.
like about three. I said last about 3 minutes. They had a lead or finally got the lead back. I believe either after a made shot or some free throws. Houston goes out on the court trying to attempt a jump shot, and then
Oh, you talking about when that dumb up didn't even get the shot off?
and then almost
Like,
walked.
bro, I don't care if you miss. Like, you throw the ball up, we miss. Maybe somebody can get a putback, but you didn't even get. You
What'd you
thought.
say,
I understand
Jordan?
you don't want to travel.
What you
You
say, Jordan?
you don't want to travel.
An
Like I get
experience,
it.
man.
You
That
don't want to travel. You
inexperience,
don't want
man.
that traveling call. But damn, like
Did not even
we,
try to shoot the ball was crazy. You are not lying.
bro, like you don't want the travel call and you in the air. Like I get it, but like
This is for
and
game,
then
and y'all
Buddy,
was
but
going
then
for
after,
game
and then even after
off
he
an
did it, he just
inbound.
watched the ball dribble. He just watched the ball bounce there. Like,
Because
bro,
if we would have touched,
grab the
apparently if we would have
ball,
touched,
get the violation. Grab the ball, get the
stop the
violation,
clock.
and stop the clock. Stop the clock.
And the
Don't just
crazy
let the
thing to
clock
me,
run.
the wild thing to me, all of that came off of inbound, and Houston waited to take the shot
Well,
off of
guess
the
what?
inbound to try to win
Hey,
the game.
at least they could inbound the ball. Hell, Duke, we couldn't even get the damn ball in bounds.
Bro, we
We
called a
couldn't even
timeout.
get the damn
Called a
ball in
timeout.
bounds.
Still couldn't inbound the ball.
Couldn't even
This having
inbound
to
the
hate
ball.
towards Sion James, but the game plan for that we talked about really just aggravated me because we just tried off the first inbound. We tried to inbound it in the close court. We
Yeah.
then try to run a very similar variation, which we just try to do with them pressing us. And us knowing that us knowing that 1 through 5, they can move their feet. And they can face guard. They
No,
can,
that's no.
like, bro.
We'll get back to Duke. We'll get back to Duke. We'll get back to Duke. But that Houston Florida game was a real dog fight. That was some real I
That
think
was
that was
real
a
hoops,
good. That
bro.
was real hoops from the standpoint of not only are we really running plays and getting into our offense and certain motions and stuff like backdoor screens and everything, but we're going to lock you up on that other end. Both sides were
Mm-hmm.
playing really good defense,
Mm-hmm.
so
Nobody.
it was just really like you said that was some high level basketball, and like this is why we want these high level teams in the finals, in the final four. Like you just don't.
Yes.
This is what we've wanted
Because we
or
may
what
get
we've asked
lucky
for.
throughout the season if they end up matching up or there's a tournament. We could possibly get a good game. But when it gets to
Yeah,
March Madness, like you said, that level, it's another level. Teams that's been there before, programs
most
that's been there
definitely.
before, we're going to get that consistent coaching of high level coaching, putting players in better positions. But then we also get to see these players who are not afraid in the moment, players who's been in the moment, players who could just damn right get a bucket. They
Not
gonna
just been
shut
in the
the
moment,
boots
but I'm
up.
talking about been in the moment since that's really been one of them since they was in middle school. Like they've had this pressure on them since they went to high school,
Yeah, the big
and
time
but yeah,
games
like
against
this
other
is
big
what
time dogs.
yeah, man. I think we all kind of had Florida winning that game. But what the hell we did not see or expect was for you kind of go out there and do that to USC, South Carolina, and Don Staley. Like that almost looked like they were unprepared to go out there and play basketball, bro. Like
Really, bro? It was like
Paige Beckers didn't even have a good game. Like Paige, I think it was one point
Paige
I
had
think maybe she had like
17.
5, but she maybe had like 5 points, and they were up, damn, 15, 20 points. And I'm like,
You know what
whoa.
happened? UConn stepped up. We had AZ Fudd come in, who's had played these last 2 seasons without Paige, develop her herself as a player. She dropped 24, 5 boards, 3 steals. Then we have
She
Sarah
had
Strong
24 and
down in the
15.
paint.
Oh, yeah, she had 24 and 15.
No, 24, 5 rebounds, 3 steals.
No, I'm saying strong. She had 24
Yes,
and
24,
15.
15, 2 steals. Paige finished the game. I don't think Paige even shot over 40% or shot barely around 40%, maybe.
I don't even
But
know how
Paige
many
still
shots she
finished the
took during the
game.
game.
Her shooting percentage was not good. I think
But
it
she
was
didn't take a
close,
lot of
around 4 to
shots.
10. Yeah, she took like a max 10 jump shots, but still managed to score 17. Had 6 rebounds herself, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal. With only turning the ball, even though she did shoot the ball, though, she turned the ball over one time.
Mm,
Both of her teammates turned the ball over, I believe, one time each. So these girls not only went out, got buckets, they were rebounding. We had the top 3 players, Jordan, all had like the top 3 players are combined for about 16 rebounds themselves, all getting steals as well. The top three
yeah.
players combined for 5 steals out of the team. But like you
They
said,
weren't
for
turning the
me,
ball over either.
UConn came
No, they
out
weren't turning the
ready,
ball over.
executed, perfect, executed. I guess you could say minus Page, even without Page, they're winning that game, bro. But they
Hooping.
dominated, won at 82-59, and like we said, nothing that not America saw coming.
But it's like you, but it's, this is, it's basketball. Like the unfortunate part of basketball is it's really a game of making misses,
Yeah,
and
game of
like either your
runs.
shot it's a game and it's a game of runs. Like, but either your shot is going to fall or it's not. And it's like, granted, Paige she was 5 for 14, but Sarah Strong was 10 for 15, and Ozzy Fudd was AZ Fudd was 9 for 17. But then you go
Mm-hmm.
look at South Carolina, like their most points came off of their bench. One girl went 4 for 12. The other one went 2 for 6. Out of their 5 starters, they one went 3 for 11. One went 4 for 6. The other went 1 for 3, 1 for 7, 1 for 6. You can't
That's
win
the
like that.
worst game I've. That's the worst game
I think
I've
I've seen
seen them
that,
played. Like me
especially
sitting
under
down
Don
watching
Staley.
South
Like,
Carolina. Yes, bro. And that's wild because they had some close games leading up to this point, but nothing that would have showed something like that. Like nothing that would have warned or even fathom that they weren't going to go out at least produce. I have a good game against them.
no, because I thought, bro, they ended the first quarter. So they ended the first quarter, and it was 19-14 UConn. Second quarter, 17-12. It's like, okay, like we have the same point differential. And it's like the final score, I guess, looks very like looking at the box score, is like they didn't flat out dominate them. But damn, when you look at that final score, it's like they did.
It looks ugly. It looks real bad.
But it's just
Uh,
those subtle, like they outscored them. They outscored them by 10 points in the first half, and then outscored them by
they just made a run of that second half.
damn 20-23 in the second half.
Because they weren't playing good, but they had it close. But the second
I
half,
guess it was that second half that's what did that. Third quarter made the difference in the game,
mm-hmm.
because that third quarter is where they had to South Carolina had to close that gap. They had to cut into the lead, but
Otherwise,
UConn just opened
like
it back
like
up.
what happened? They ran
They
away
opened
with
it
it,
up. Yeah, they ran. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
and then when they got their big scoring like that and rebounding like that, and then we got Azzy Fudd, who's like I said, since these last 2 years of Paige being out, helped her develop as a player. And that girl has
Yeah,
had Fudd has had great games throughout this season with Paige Beckers. Like them two to me, I was not surprised them to being like two-headed dragon, like the top two gunners that's
that's a,
being on that
yeah.
team. But Sarah Strong,
So
for her to have that type of score production, really just put the icing on the cake for him.
all right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with you. But so, how do you feel about what's her name? Latson transferring from FSU to UConn. Don said after they got it, because it really, like, you look at that game, it just looked like they didn't have anybody that could go get them a bucket. Don said, "All right, I'm gonna
The
go get me
big
one that can get one of them easily."
yes,
Shorty,
she
she averaged 25 last season at Florida State. She averaged 25, about 5 rebounds and assists, but she was shooting 45%
45%,
on the season,
45%.
and she was the number one transfer in this class. And she goes to South
South,
Carolina, but like we were saying, South Carolina. It's not like South Carolina got scrubs coming in this high school class. Like they have real.
they ranked seventh currently as of what yesterday, April 8th or 9th, yesterday, April 8th, but April 9th, they're currently ranked 7th. She's a third recruit, so she's a one transfer. They have two high school girls. One's a 4-star, one's a 5-star. And they're ranked 7 already in this class. And there's schools ahead of them who has 4 or 5 girls that's
Mm,
barely ranked ahead of them. So this girl has been dominated throughout the ACC. And the ACC has not been a slouch either because we got to think
nah, not in
ACC,
women. Not
not in
women's.
women's.
No,
ACC is still
no.
a Power Four
Hooping,
conference when it
yeah,
comes to women's
hooping.
hoops. Like they got teams like Duke, Carolina, who squared off and both went to the tournament this year. They also have NC
Mm.
State. They also have Notre Dame. Like
Notre Dame. Oh
she's gonna
yeah.
be, bro. She's gonna be a huge addition. Like you said, another keystone because when they had Cardoza, who went off to the WNBA and Angels and Caitlin Clark's draft class. She was a huge thing. Girls couldn't go out and guard that girl. And South Carolina could work their offense a lot more where they feed the post first and then work back out that way.
Mm.
Having that such of a paint presence, especially in women's game, a lot of coaches want to double that down. And then South Carolina have the shooters. They have the outside scoring. They have
Oh yeah.
girls who can score inside, but having that post presence that's gonna have to be respected and draw attention, I feel like it's gonna help them flow a lot more. Because seeing them throughout the tournament, a lot of the times they're working just strictly perimeter. They might every now and then they just weren't feeding the post as consistently or running their offense how you could tell Dawn was wanting to. And I saw her
Mm-hmm.
frustrated a lot more throughout this whole entire season, watching them play offensively more than defensively. So it seemed like something along those lines or something
I
there was
think defense
bothering
is
them.
simply is just effort. I
Mm-hmm.
think defense is one of those things that just comes down to effort, but offense is execution. It's just like in football, it's like you have like whenever you first start practices and stuff, the defense is always going to seem a little bit ahead of the offense because you have to get timing, rhythm. It's a lot of stuff that just has to you got to kind of figure out it as
It
that comes
needs
along with the offensive side. But
offense more of a flow.
yep, but um. Notre Dame, Olivia Miles is transferring to TCU. This is the second big name transfer that TCU has gotten in back to back years. Last year it was Haley Van Lith after she had not so good of a season at LSU.
Mm-hmm.
She has the TCU. This year is Olivia Miles.
L-
Um, go ahead.
Olivia Miles transferring, man, shocker, Q shocker. And also, along with her, we have her teammate Katie Koval, who's a top 15 ranked transfer in the portal as well, who hasn't decided on the school yet. But from what
Also,
I've
everybody
heard,
leaving Notre Dame,
they
huh?
started to leave. Hidego is still there. And
Oh,
from
the
what
little
rumor
short brown
mill,
skin girl. Yeah, I hope
mm-hmm,
number. What's she at? Number three.
I think Miles was number 3 and Hidego was the other one.
Maybe it was number five. I don't. I can't remember what number she had, but I know who you're talking about. Like she was.
Yeah. Her and Olivia was the two defense demons. Like, they press you up the court and then they're going down and shoot that thing, driving like they both like elite guards. But it's a lot of stuff going on with rumor mill with Notre Dame. And it's the main consistent story that I was hearing. It's said to believe that Olivia Miles may be of different sexual orientation that the religious beliefs in Notre Dame agrees with, and that her head coach and Hidego kind of made comments against Miles' belief after 4 years of being at the university. Seemed like she had enough. I decided to go
Mm,
somewhere. Not only would she be accepted, as still accepted and still be able to go to school for her religious beliefs. But she went to a premier program in these last couple of years, being TCU, and a head coach who's able to elevate Haley Van Lift's game as we've seen over this last season. So I think it's a good spot for her, given how Haley was able to come back, a step back into her high producing role as a guard for her
mm,
to go stop at ECU. So I'm not mad at it at all. And then her teammate Katie Koval, like I mentioned, top 15 transfer. I believe she's a forward, and she seemed like kind of there's some drama going on over there, just like at Arizona too, in the back locker rooms. You and me have talked about this a lot. What's going on behind closed doors? Us as fans and media, we truly don't know. So
oh, but
that's
you
why I can
never really know
respect.
what's going on in the locker room.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I can respect even when like top players transfer, they keep it professional for one. They don't go out there. A lot of people don't go out there making it messy. And um, Olivia Miles have it. But then on that topic of we got some messier like some locker room program situations. We also have Jada Williams transferring from Arizona to Iowa State. So she's joining
Mm-hmm.
Audie Crooks, who's been needing some more firepower, I believe, to make Iowa State more of a threat. And alongside her leaving, Arizona's losing 7 players. They just lost 2 players, or 3 players transferred,
Damn.
and now Sabre transferring on April 9th. And 2 of them the same day committed to SMU.
Mm. That's
Yeah.
7 transfers. 7 is crazy.
Already, since the season
On a
ended, bro.
basketball team is crazy.
You got
On a
what?
yeah,
What is
seven
it
on a
like?
basketball
12?
team.
12 that usually travels when it comes to basketball,
Well,
or
I don't
15?
I don't know exactly how college teams. I don't know how college teams do it. I just know NBA. You got a 15-man roster, and so damn,
7 this
like
early. 7 this
7
early.
is crazy.
Because window open to be able to transfer during. the March Madness tournament.
But see, that's the
Like,
thing too. That's the thing too. We got the NCAA needs to figure out all these transfer windows for every sport, and I'm tired of this shit. It is so bad and so broken. The transfer windows, the transfer windows are so bad because there's no reason why somebody is transferring in the middle of the playoff season or like the middle of the playoffs. And it's like even if your team didn't make the playoffs, what about the team? The like, bro, I'm trying to coach a game. Why am I having to worry about who's in a transfer portal? Like,
but then you
I'm
got
trying to
people who
coach a game.
transfer
We
even
gotta
if their teams are winning too.
people, and I'm talking about what's the name in the middle of the season. Oh, I don't even want to be on the team no more. So I'm gonna just lead a team and enter my name in a transfer portal while y'all are still in the playoffs. And it's like that's not good for the locker room, bro. Especially if it's a significant player. Like we saw what happened with who was it, UNLV, and that little quarterback situation that they had where they weren't playing, where they weren't paying the dude. And it's like, but just what happens if you get into one of them situations where one of them situations in the playoffs, and it's like, buddy's like, all right, y'all said y'all was supposed to give me my money. Where my money at? Where my money
Mm-hmm.
at? Oh, I done asked too many times. Now I'm in the portal, and now okay, let's just say okay, this Alabama, this Ohio State, this somebody crazy, and it's like, oh yeah, we got a matchup this weekend, and we supposed to be it's round two of the playoffs or round one. We got a we just got a game this weekend, and but now we don't got a quarterback.
It's
And then that's also
wild
the thing
work.
too is they got to figure out some contracts or something to legally bind the players and the schools because you just it's too many players that like why are players even in the situation where they're not getting their money? Like,
Exactly, bro. Like, not everything's on the players, but then it's back and forth on both sides. That there's so many issues. Like the
but I think it's
thought
more of
process,
the schools trying to take advantage of them because at the end of the day, the schools are going to have the lawyers and stuff like to where they can understand the contract talk
they have the
and
resources, everything.
yeah, what's the name? They don't. These players don't really understand that. And then some of them have agents, but the agents aren't always doing what's best for you. The agents trying to look out for themselves too, and it's like
Just using you.
it's a lot, man.
Yeah.
We can touch on the men's transfer portal real quick. Yeah,
Yeah, a
we can
couple
touch
of
on that. I'll say
speaking
like
of
you. Go ahead.
I was about to say, speaking of too, on a whole subject of players just leaving, we have Justin Pippen, son of Scottie Pippen, youngest son, who transferred from Michigan during the Sweet 16. And he decided to take his.
And they were in the like
He
that's
already
it.
committed. He's decided to go to Cal. But like you said, like we were just saying,
When did they lose? But they were in the
they
tournament. When did they
they
lose?
lost
What
Elite
round?
Eight. Elite Eight. They
Okay,
lost
so he
about after
transferred. He put his name in the portal while they were
before they
like
even played the Sweet 16 game.
in the middle, and they still got games to play, bro. And it's like,
He saw minimal
man,
minutes. I think he was averaging less than 5 points a game too. Didn't play a lot of games this season, but at the same time, like you said, it's like even if you're transferring and like things are bad, what the pool that these schools and the media has over you now, that you're quote unquote a quitter, you're not this, you're not that because of the decision and the timing of your decision, it
wait a
puts
second, hold
everything
on,
back.
hold on. What are we doing right now? We sitting here talking on a podcast. I mean, granted, I have a journalism degree, but nigga, you didn't go to school for journalism. Like,
No.
neither did most of these players.
Yeah.
Social media is giving them a platform to where I think, like, granted, social media, like, you can only say so much on social media. Like, that's the thing too. Is like people be like, yeah, social media gives athletes platforms and stuff. For one, I'm not going like most people are not going to get into a back and forth with anybody on social media. And then two, it's like I can only say so much on social media because I still have a reputation. I still have like so I'm not really going to say everything I need to say on social media. Like while it is giving me a little bit more of a voice, or athletes, it gives them a little bit more of a voice. It only only so much. It's like media. The
Yeah.
media has some control, but not too much. But you were saying Michigan. Michigan had also Trey Donaldson
The starting point
leaving.
guard.
Yeah, their starting point guard leave. Carolina is seeing a number of people transfer
Three
out
people
this year.
already
Also,
announced the transfer. Yep. Ian
and man,
Jackson
I
put
think
his name
that's
in the
a
portal the latest.
the what I think is interesting. Yeah, Elliot Cadeau, and it's just like the These were players on their team. Like it's not like they were sitting on the bench. Like you're
Mm-mm.
talking about Justin Pippen, Justin Pippen, like he just didn't feel like he was getting the burn that he wanted or the playtime, and like these other dudes are just like they were playing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
We got some teams
and so,
capitalizing here in the portal too, like Kentucky. They picked up
but
one of. Oh, go ahead.
uh, I was just gonna say that I think that's just interesting though with like these. It's just like where when you're at this level, where do you transfer to? Because we've just seen too much of they're going and getting mid majors to bring them up to to play in these in the power four, the power
Like
four
Walter
conference.
Clayton, two other
And
players off of
we're
Florida
seeing that
who
they're
just won a
hooping, but
natty.
so like when you leave your Carolina, your Michigan, it's like you're not really seeing many of them go transfer into
Or the Power
a
Fours, or
another
even
power
major.
four, or even if it is another power four, it's not a dominant team isn't as good or as dominant as the team that they left. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's just like bro left Michigan, one left to go to Cal, the other one went to Miami, bro. Miami was not like I'm not saying they
Miami is
weren't
a
good this year,
rebuild.
but
They weren't
yeah,
good this.
like
They weren't good this year. We don't got to sugarcoat that. No offense to any Miami fans out there, but just being real, they understand that too, man. That's why they got one of our coaches from Duke down there on the staff, who's really good at recruiting himself. So they're gonna be pulling some
yeah.
guys. But then we got
And
teams
then but
that's capitalizing off of this too, like Kentucky. They pull off one of Bama's best players, Muhammad Diabate. They also get from
oh yeah.
Arizona State original Kentucky commit who decommitted once Calipari left, as now back going to Kentucky, Jaded
But
Acquaintance.
like yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, but I think just wait on it though, because some of them gonna start flowing to Arkansas.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be another showdown there, boy. Another
Yeah, man. But
rodeo.
like we just look at a number of teams with transfers. Like you got you got like Wake Forest, Cal, Xavier, NC State, Pitt, Kansas. Like that's just a few, just to name a few. There are at least 10
UCLA,
teams,
Memphis.
with six players that just up and leaving. You
That's
got
just
y-
six.
that's just
That's
the
just
teams with
six
six.
players.
You got South Carolina, UNLV, and North Texas with at least eight players leaving, and then Arizona, Florida State, Iowa, and Georgia State with nine. And then Miami, Maryland, Utah, and Virginia got at least 10 leaving. At least 10
Virginia
on a basketball team.
on a basketball team, bro. Like certain
On
schools,
on
it's
a
kind of.
basketball team where it's like, bro, if you got a lot of players on a basketball team, you got between 15 and 20 players.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got no team at this point.
Half of them,
Like,
like Maryland head coach. Now I can kind of see with the Maryland head coach situation. He was being a lot, doing a lot to pretend like he was going to resign. End up
okay, that's the
changing
thing
it
too, though.
Villanova.
I forgot about some of these coaches are taking other jobs. Some of these
Mm-hmm.
coaches are
The
taking
Maryland
other
head coach,
jobs.
for what I saw, taking about like 3 to 4 of his players from Maryland already commanding Villanova. Then Drake head coach going to Iowa. He's taking a bunch of his players as well too. Then South Carolina, we got a team who had an
Hmm.
awful season. They're losing 8 players. One of them being Austin Hero, younger brother of Tyler Hero. Then we have teams like UNLV2, who's losing 8 players, who just got Mikey Williams, who's transferred from UCF to come scheduled to come visit, check out there, along with his teammate, former 5-star JJ Taylor too. We got, man, it's the wild wild west, like you
It
said.
is the wild, wild west, man. And the college football, that portal is open. It's set to open next week because I think we
Mm-hmm.
got spring games next week. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it opens right up after the spring game. So, man, that's going to be interesting. Y'all stay here for these updates. We gonna keep bringing them to y'all.
As much as we
In
can.
these, especially in that the college football transfer portal because we know things get crazy. Things get real crazy, especially when you got starting quarterbacks like Carson Beck transferring to Miami, like when he was buns at damn Georgia. But that's neither here nor there. But one
Have a lot of
quarterback
bodies in the
that
league.
is one quarterback that has been shaking up college and the NFL, honestly, Shedeur Sanders, man. He had his pro day. Him and Travis didn't work out. Didn't do any draft things. I don't not sure if they did anything
No
at the Big
combine.
12 Pro Day.
I don't think
Um,
Shedeur did. I know Shedeur arrived there, but I don't remember
yeah,
ended up seeing anything of him
and I know
perform.
they but then they went they had their own. I don't think they could technically call it a pro day because I think the Big 12 had their own pro day, and it's kind of like a Big 12 agreement where like all the teams kind of yeah, but like they had their little workout or whatever.
Yeah.
Shedeur, the big story or narrative coming into the day was Shedeur Sanders not being able to throw the deep ball and not having enough arm strength or whatever, and y'all can kiss my ass
Just
with all
something that
that
they could
shit.
say.
Just
something,
something to
something.
say, bro, because yeah, he's the I I have my own opinions, and I've said it before, and I still stand on it. He's the most polished quarterback in this draft. Um, the best
100%.
quarterback. Only only person that I would even consider taking number one over him is Travis Hunter, and it's just because Travis Hunter can fill two voids on your team with one pick. And like I heard somebody saying was like, I'll trade my if you got a number one, if you got a first round draft pick this year, you trade your first round this year, next year, and the year after that. And it's like shit, I might do it too because hell, essentially I feel like I'm only giving up one draft pick because hell, Travis is two first round draft picks in himself. I feel like
Hmm.
I'm only giving up one to get Travis Hunter.
Exactly.
And I'll do that for Travis Hunter. But I think Shedeur, they were talking about Shedeur. Um, patting the damn ball.
Bro, that whole ball
And
pat. And then, on top of that, with him patting the ball, we got people like Andre Cisco. No disrespect to Andre Cisco, but you know your position, bro.
no disrespect. Him and Michael Parsons. Straight disrespect. Him and Michael Parsons, bro. Andre Cisco, how many interceptions did you have last year? Oh, I'll wait. One.
when
One.
did you get? When did you get drafted?
One.
That's the
Michael
other thing
Parsons.
too.
Michael Parsons. How many people have you sacked between them patting the ball and throwing it? Show me. Pro Football Focus needs to pull up them numbers. Show me the numbers because you're not going, bro. That pat is not no difference between a sack, and a completed pass, bro. Like
Because that
I
just
get
goes
you
to show you
saying.
don't. Go
I
ahead, go.
understand what they're saying. Like the split second, that can be the difference in games, and I understand. I get it. But we saw the greatest quarterback to ever do it pat the ball every time he threw
To
that
say
motherfucker.
how they
Like
said it, it was so arrogant the
oh,
way they
very,
said it,
very, because
bro.
it's
Because
very. Andre Cisco made it seem like he was gonna be picking that man off every time he throwing the ball, bruh. Like,
Andre Cisco,
are
you
we
got to
not
get.
gonna forget? Are we not gonna forget that it's okay? You, the quarterback, and you one DB. It's 20 other players on the field, and bro, like you can watch the man in your zone coverage, but damn, like you gotta look out who's in your zone. You passing off players in between the zone, bro. You're not sitting there worried about is this man patting the ball. You're not going, even though you're dropping into a zone, you're not dropping into your zone just looking at is he patting the ball. No, you're looking at where he's looking or where he's trying to go with the ball, or like what kind of route concepts are coming into your zone. You are not looking at whether the damn quarterback's patting the ball or not. And you got to be out of your damn mind if you think
Andre
hell, and
Cisco
Shedeur
has
Sanders not even
one.
that tall. Shedeur Sanders are you gonna even be able to see that man behind the damn offensive line patting the ball? Like
Exactly.
we not
Andre
gonna
Cisco
forget the
has
offensive lineman
one interception last season, bro. I'm
last
pretty sure he
year.
got traded to, or he got traded or picked up by the Jets, man. You didn't even have your own
Like,
certified
bro,
spot.
Andre
The team that
Cisco.
drafted you.
I was about to say Andre Cisco he's been a solid player, but Andre Cisco is not elite by any means. Like, granted, bro, okay, like I will go ahead. I'll take a step back. Like, bro, I tore my ACL 3 times. I did not get the opportunity to go to the league. No, I'm not. I did not go to the league. No, but damn, I know and I understand the game of football. Like that's something that I know and I understand the game of football. Like and so patting the ball, bro. Like Micah, you stop worrying about this man patting the damn ball. Nigga, you need to worry about your team. You need to worry about what y'all the 11 that y'all gonna be trying out there on a Sunday and how y'all gonna stop somebody. Because
You need to if you worried
right now,
about that, bro.
y'all not winning games, bro. Y'all aren't winning games, and y'all aren't setting yourselves up to win games. How about you go talk to Jerry Jones about paying y'all or talking about getting a better team? Like, bro, y'all, how about you try to go make some offseason signs? Like, bro, get out of my face with that, bro. Go like. I understand. I ain't even saying you got to go practice,
A
like, because
number
I
one
understand it's
quarterback
off
he need
season,
to be
bro.
worried about is his quarterback, if anybody, because
Sorry,
your
Dak
quarterback,
Prescott. Worry about sorry, Dak Prescott. That's who you need. Worry about sorry, Dak Prescott. That's who you need to be worried about,
you need to help your quarterback be talking with your quarterback of how okay, not only you up your
bro.
own game, but his game too. Because if you want to say your team wanted to get this, was talking about getting this quarterback. They were talking to your team wanting to pick Shedeur. Like,
And
come
if
on,
I'm
man,
being
bro.
honest, the only reason why only reason why they not getting rid of Dak is because of the contract they got with Dak. Dak's the
Y'all just
highest,
stuck
has
with
the
him,
most
bro. Don't be mad because he's stuck with your
stuck,
quarterback.
stuck like Chuck. Boy, yeah,
Like, bro.
stuck like Chuck. Oh,
And then he
sorry,
goes
boy.
on Shedeur. And then what I'm proud about too is hearing all the stories about how Shedeur handle things as well. And his dad put him in positions to go ahead and handle things professionally as a man, like straight up. Like we having these NFL analysis just talking about him, every which way. If Dion could get
Yeah.
him on the phone face to face, even with
Oh,
players
with
that had
somebody.
dirty
Yeah,
hits
I
on
heard
him,
what he did with what was it, Ian Rappaport?
mm-hmm. Went ahead
Yeah.
face to face, had a conversation with him, and changed that man total perspective on him. I understand. Oh, I'm actually talking to a grown man. This isn't a kid out here. This is
And
somebody
it's
who
like
was raised
also
right, bro.
understanding
Like,
why he's doing what he's doing. And it's like there's too much speculation in the league from people that have never played the sport, have never even like, bro, you can't even fucking throw a football, but you gonna tell me what this man thinking and how he's trying to like, bro, you've never been in that position. You've never like, but you want to tell me how he's thinking. Like, bro, no, I understand you've been around people and stuff, but like, no, just no. Like it no.
uh,
But at their little workout, whatever, at their workout, um Jimmy Horn, Will Shepard, LaJohntay Wester, and Shiloh all, I think, performed pretty well.
run
Shiloh may
about
not
four
have ran the
fives.
40. Yeah, Shiloh may not have ran the 40 that he was looking for, but Jimmy did better than he put up a better 40 time than he did at the
At the combine.
combine. But I
Wester
think
did
Will
too.
Shepard, Will kind of, I think Will did a lot for himself whenever they had like those little senior games. He went to
Mm-hmm.
the, what was it, the Honolulu Bowl? Some I can't remember which one he was at.
I think it was
Um,
Honolulu, and then he did the East and West with all of them too.
yeah, I think it was the East West Shrine Bowl, and it's like that's where I think a lot of them kind of elevated their draft
Will
stock. I
had
think
about, I
Jimmy,
think it was, I'm trying to think. I think Will at the Colorado Pro Day, he had a 10-11 broad jump. And then Jimmy went out and did
uh,
a 10-6 broad jump. So, like, athletic ability, athletic freak, like you comment on Will Shepard, like, athletic ability freak before, like, that kid is going to be that next Mike Evans type of deal. And I
yeah,
feel like
yeah,
them
yeah. I
boys
think
made
so.
money,
I think
not
he
just
can be.
them. Levante Bentley had a very, very good pro day as well,
Yeah, I
too.
did hear he had a good pro day.
Common, or Cameron, Simon Craig as well.
Oh,
The
Cameron Silman
lineman,
Craig. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he's gonna be a steal for
Chidozie,
somebody. Oh yeah,
Chidozie
Chidozie
too.
Nwankwo.
The block bully, yes,
Yeah, but I think what's
man.
the name? I think Cameron Silman Craig's gonna be a steal for somebody. He gives
hmm
me a lot of like Tyron Matthew
He
type.
got that heart,
That would
bro.
be
He
my kind of
understands the game.
comp to him. Yeah, undersized and very like understands the game and is not afraid to get down in the box, play in the box, like
He plays
getting
with his
sacks,
heart,
all kinds
bro,
of stuff. Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's an athlete.
Um.
Like,
Oh yeah, he's that. Yeah, definitely that.
hmm
But how would you say that this draft class as a whole, between like the combine, their pro days, like how would you say like it's coming together as a whole? I personally don't think too many people are shaking up anything with their pro days. I think as far as like with the combine and stuff, like things have kind of been consistent. The only thing that's kind of changed with teams' outlooks are the way that they're like whenever they're making off season like free agent moves. But as
yeah,
far as like we haven't, I don't think we've really had like a workout or something at a pro day where it's like a Zach Wilson type thing where it's like, oh,
it
he
just shot him
made
off
a
the
crazy throw.
charts.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
nothing too crazy. Everybody just be consistent and like I feel like the biggest things kind of came with me, Shedeur, like the two biggest things I think with these workouts have been Shedeur and Cam Ward. Because those guys really haven't performed or done anything. Everybody's making up or saying this and that because they don't have access or don't know what was going on
Oh
with those
yeah,
guys outside of what they were allowing media to see. So I feel like they just went ahead and show, they already have the resume written out. What they did for their pro days was a signature stamp of like, okay, if you understand ball, if you know, you know. Now, respectfully, you know where to draft me at when it comes to those two
Yeah,
guys.
Shedeur, the throws that he was making, like Shedeur. I've never understood the Shedeur hate, but go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. And I feel like throughout the country as a whole, too, when it comes to a lot of these other guys, they gave scouts certain things, certain events that they performed. It was probably just coming from certain team scouts, just giving that little final
Mm,
touches or everything, kind of like proofreading over that resume or that essay type of deal. I
yeah.
feel like
Oh yeah,
it's going to be a
that's
very
real.
good
Yeah.
draft class as a whole because from the
Oh, I think
guys,
top to bottom, top to. I'm talking about. I'm talking
this will be
about
a
round
top class,
7.
bro.
Round 6 is going to be some steals. Like I
Hmm.
think this is going to be one of the classes. Like I've kind of felt like there has been like kind of a drop off in talent in the NFL a little, like slightly,
Yeah, I
slightly.
understand
But I
what you
feel
mean
like
because
this
a
is
lot of teams just have holes in positions that doesn't make sense.
holes. There are holes.
Like
There are a lot of
like
holes that need
holes
to be
in
filled on
positions
teams.
throughout the whole league too.
But I
Like
feel like
for people
this is
retiring, I
that
feel
this is
like
that draft class that is going to bring the league
bring that
like
depth
the
back.
standard that medium back up to like all right now like some of y'all that had some spots, y'all ain't got no spots no more. It was cool
I
while
feel
y'all was
like
here.
if there's the only thing that I can possibly, and this could possibly be because my knowledge as well. So the only thing that would, well, I would say, would this class would be lacking is maybe offensive linemen throughout, like as a whole, like the depth, how many offensive linemen is going to truly develop into it. But with linemen too, it could take years. It
Mm.
could be a 3-year project for linemen before it's
That's the
like,
thing
okay,
too, though. I didn't like the
yeah,
but people calling what's his name Makai Becton a bust, and it's like, bro, wasn't a bust. Like
there's just
we just
grown
have
men.
to
Like
like
when it comes to the trenches of the league, that's a whole different beast, bro.
a whole different like
Like you were saying, like the whole Makai back then being a bust thing, bro. That it just it baffles me, bro, because it's like okay, so that obviously showed none of these analysis that hasn't played a game of football or even played in the NFL, y'all
anything
could have
else.
fathomed being in that position whatsoever. Because we're 300 pounds and you
Real
got
dog monster.
275 plus every day. Not only you had to practice against that, you had to play against that. You have almost half a year worth of dealing with that on your body, and then
But I
learning
think it's
how to.
also how high Makai Becton got drafted though, because I think Makai Becton I think he came out of Georgia. He was
Mm-hmm.
people expected Makai Becton to come in and be like
A man
off the
amongst men, even though he was a boy coming into a league of men. Like it's
yeah
different in the trenches, bro. Those are the guys that people are scared of. Like,
yeah
oh, that guy
yeah oh
looks
yeah
scary.
because it's
Like,
just
and then
like
you're gonna sit here and try to say he's not that good. Like that man make
yeah
you piss your pants if you had to line up against
when I
him.
catch
Don't
this
even try
tunnel
that.
screen when I catch this tunnel screen, just know that I'm trying to get back outside real quick. I ain't trying to run in there. When I catch this tunnel screen, I'm trying to get back
What they
out
say?
there.
No white t-shirts in the club. Like,
I'm trying to get back out
they're
there.
gonna toss you. But that's dangerous. That's why with grizzly bear, and the bear won't need no help. Like,
Nah, yeah, like they say, you see me fighting a bear, help the bear. Nah, help me,
nah,
nigga,
help
help
me,
me,
help me.
help me.
Can
I
you
need
help
help.
me? Like, bro,
Oh
that's
man,
dangerous. But yeah, man. Overall, like you said though, I'm looking forward to this draft class. I have high hopes for it. I really do.
definitely, definitely. I think this is gonna be a good draft class.
But I did see some of the top 100 guys who are still available currently right now. Before we get to this draft, there's
Okay.
still Aaron Rodgers. He's still out there. Our guy,
Mm-hmm.
one of the best quarterbacks out
But
there. You also got
that's more of his option though. That's more of him not wanting to figure out what he want to do. Like,
yeah. At this
yeah.
point in his career, like he gets to pick and choose where he wants to go. I don't blame him, and
I
I
mean,
just feel like it might
yeah,
be a
but
post
dang, we
draft.
not like yes, I can agree. Like he's earned that, but buddy, you had a
You gotta have to go something.
decent season. You had a decent season last year, but
Let's be real a little
let's not
bit.
do that. Like let's not like act like that. Damn, them niggas they were bad. The Jets were a bad team last year. Like,
Hmm.
and he had something to do with it. Like it wasn't just on him, but he had something to do with it.
Yeah, it's like part of
And
that too.
but like you said a lot of oh yeah Amari Cooper. I
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Bills got him involved enough last year. I thought that was very bad game planning. I mean, granted, he does come in late in the season, but that's
At the same
Amari
time,
Cooper.
why did you like? Yeah,
That's
you
Amari
brought him
Cooper.
in. You brought him in, bro, and then you got to make Josh Allen like you just put that guy in a spot where he looks. I feel like really bad too. Like kind of take away some of like when it
In a
comes to that
way.
playoff game, just kind of last some of the plays in the playoff games, and so like he was just struggling. His receivers just not like being able to produce and be put in positions to help and aid him. It was like you had, like you said, we had
But now
Amari
you
Cooper.
you have you Amari, and that's the thing too, bro. I don't like the way the national media kind of tried to make Amari Cooper like he was a not like scrub, but like he was just an average receiver, like or like a
This is
good
Amari.
or just like good receiver, like Amari Cooper. Like, are we not gonna act like when he was playing for the Cowboys, like Amari Cooper was that guy? Like
He was their guy. He was their only guy. I
Amari
kind of
Cooper
feel like
is
people kind of
still
put.
a good receiver. It's just like
I
what?
feel like
Go
they
ahead.
just people don't respect ball. I feel like Keenan Allen,
that's
who's a free
that's the
agent
damn
right now
truth.
too.
That's the damn truth.
Like, bro, I feel
I
like
wouldn't
Keenan
even say that
Allen
they
is
don't
getting thrown
respect
into
it.
that too, bro.
I wouldn't even say they don't respect it. They don't know it to respect it.
That is facts. A lot of people do not know ball, bro. And Keenan Allen, he's getting older, but at the same time, I kind of feel like with what's going on with the Bears, Keenan Allen got thrown into one of those situations of his time is wasted, in my opinion.
Yeah,
There, just
I
like
agree.
Amari Cooper, this whole like Amari Cooper lasts about 4 years of his career.
Yeah,
Like
in
he
Cleveland,
has been
yes,
hurt
wasted
seldomly.
his time in
He's been
Cleveland.
hurt seldomly, just like Keenan Allen has been hurt seldomly. But y'all not putting these guys who are absolute like who are nightmares for a lot of guys, a lot of across. You're
He's
not
going
putting them
for a
in
thousand
positions to
yards every
succeed.
year, except for in
Like he go for 1,000
2021.
yards, even if you don't scheme for him good, he can go for 1,000, bro. Like, do you not understand? And then we got to put out guys or get mad at receivers that don't or cannot produce nowhere at the level that these guys can, no matter what the age is. It's like it's just
He had his lowest number of receptions this year at 44. That is not enough catches for Amari Cooper. And but that just goes back, like, bro. Oh my, you bet. That just, bro. I don't think Josh Allen should have won MVP, and I don't care what anybody says. You can argue, go argue with a fucking brick wall, bro. I don't care what you say. Josh Allen is like he played well, but like Josh Allen was having to do that because he wanted to do that. Like we
like
first it was okay. Josh is doing more with less, and like he don't have a number one receiver. Now he had a number one receiver. He don't even want to get the man the ball. It's just like Josh Allen, bro. Like
it's like either
I
that
don't,
or like y'all not scheming. He's
bro,
not getting schemed nothing to be produced. He wasn't getting schemed nothing to produce him to be an MVP caliber
bro. And then no, and then
quarterback, bro.
everybody was fuck. Everybody, oh, oh, Josh has made this big jump, and the team seems like they're a lot better now that they don't have Stephon Diggs and that toxicness in the fucking in the locker room. What did they lose this year? Were they not there with Stephon
Same
Diggs?
thing.
Okay, we're not going to blame Stephon Diggs. Like, granted, you have one of the best quarterbacks in the league,
Stephon
but
Diggs just went down to Houston and helped make them great this year, bro. Like he's an impact player. Like Stephon Diggs has been known to
oh, he
put
got
his
hurt
teams
this year
in
though.
playoff
He got
position.
hurt. He got hurt. So
I mean, he got hurt, but they were
but he was
balling
still
out,
playing well.
bro.
No, he was playing well. Yeah, he was playing well at the beginning of the season.
He was the only reason. Stephon Diggs was the only reason that Minnesota was getting wins in the playoffs. Getting
Oh
to the
yeah,
playoffs.
bro. Don't
Like,
even like
are we gonna forget
don't
that?
even. But look though,
Like, come
they
on.
gonna find a way. They gonna find somebody to blame, especially when you got people that meet Rod Josh Allen the way they do. Don't get me wrong, he's a good quarterback, but he's still like
It's never his
he's
fault. That's the every
bro.
a lot of other like it's never his fault. Almost, but it was crazy. They started to try to find certain ways to blame Mahomes, but not really blame him either. I'm like, bro, like these are two
That
guys.
Super
It
Bowl
cannot
performance.
be their fault, bro.
Yeah.
It cannot be their
But as
fault
soon as
until
Lamar Jackson, but as soon as Lamar Jackson lose a game, oh, it's Lamar's fault.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, oh
Like,
man, you know what I gotta say to that? You white folks and all that, all these narratives that y'all be trying to push, bro. Like that's crazy. Like That's crazy. But whatever, man.
It's the evil. What they
Um,
say? It's the evil world we live in.
and then
Like legit.
you still got Asante Samuels, J.K. Dobbins, Keenan Allen, and Kaiser White. I don't know that. I think Aaron Rodgers and Amari Cooper will get picked up. I don't know about Asante Samuels. He's getting up there in age. J.K.
Yeah.
Dobbins, injuries, injury, his injuries.
My argument with J.K. is that
He was good. He was
if he
productive
didn't,
last year.
yeah, if he didn't get
Oh,
hurt in what his rookie season, then I would think he has the same value that Austin Eckler has as a team because Austin Eckler has been hurt just as much with more. I would say more catastrophic, but like he's had some like high level injuries as well too.
yeah,
I feel like
but he
J.K.
also
If you give J,
go ahead.
go ahead, go ahead.
I
I
was
was about
just
to say
gonna
if you
say,
give J.K. If you give
go
J.K.
ahead.
an offense where like his role like J.K. for example, J.K. at Pittsburgh this past season with Najee.
He
I
was
feel
in.
like
I
that's a
mean,
good. Like if you would have
but
plugged him in
do you
somewhere
want a
like that,
J.K. Dobbins and Najee Harris though, like together?
what's wrong with
I don't.
that?
I feel like they're similar backs.
Yeah, but if here's my thing, I'd be comfortable with J.K. hitting gap runs because he's not a weak back. He's solid, compact. But then when he put that one foot on the ground, hits the gap full speed, and we're blocking good, that's not dangerous. That's a dangerous combo. And then
But that's what
Najee
I
can
look
be
at.
cut back the zone
I
run
look at.
scheme.
I look at Najee as a one cut running back. So like that's I guess I look at him and J.K. Dobbins as kind of like similar style backs. Like
Like similar run styles.
yeah. Like I think with Najee Harris, you need a burner. Like you need somebody with some real speed. Like because I'm
J.K.
not
was fast. It's
okay.
just an
Now that's
injury
something
thing
that
on top of it.
I'm not. I don't really know about
Yeah,
J.K. Dobbins. Like
J.K. Bro, imagine like I don't want to sound too crazy, but like the way he run, like his footwork and the way he run the ball is similar to Najee in the fact of like how they can make a cut. But J.K. is fast, and then when it comes like he got a spin move, like he got a little uke. It's not no crazy juke, but he got a uke. He can uke a little bit. Like he's like the fast speed, like a compact, small version of Najee, almost to a
yeah,
sense.
because
But
I
he
just
got
think
more. He's
I
more
guess that's just
elusive.
I guess that's
He's
how I
like
look
a
at it. Like with Najee, you need a home run hitter as a running back because Najee's going to get you your solid yards. Granted, he can
shoot.
break
Hey,
one, but he's going to get you a consistent 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 yards of carry. And
LaFleur, we need to bring J.K. to Green Bay. I repeat, bring J.K. to Green Bay.
don't y'all got Josh Jacobs?
we, yeah, but that's it. We
You think they're gonna pay?
don't
That's the
have.
thing too, though. That's the thing too, though. You're talking about in a league now where I think the Eagles just are kind of trying to change that when they just won a Super Bowl with Saquon.
Oh yeah,
But
running
you're
backs
talking
are
about in a
severely
league.
underpaid in this
You're
league and
talking about a league not
undervalued.
just underpaid, but undervalued, underappreciated. And so for me to go, I only got 53 of these spots, and you want me to use how many
Well,
on
who's
running
gonna be a
backs?
backup? Who's gonna be a backup? Because our backup
Okay,
project
but
that we drafted,
I can go find me a running back that I ain't gotta pay.
he was the top rated running back in free agency currently.
But is he not? Is JK? I mean, I
He's
could be
in the top
wrong,
100
but JK,
players.
I could be wrong, but I believe JK Dobbins is going to warrant 8 to $12 million a year. And it's like, do you have 8 to 12 million that you can pay a back? Like maybe
Give him
not
one
12
year and
because
then
you start getting into like 15, but 15, 20, 25. Like they're higher paid. That's your Christian McCaffrey's, your Saquon Barkley's. Like,
give him 1 year and then he can earn a better contract.
well, hell,
Give him
what's the name?
something
Had him on
decent.
a 1 year, and he had the most rushing yards he's had all in a season. The Chargers last year had him on a 1 year deal, and he
But they
went
want
for
to get
900 yards.
Najee. I mean, they want to get Najee. Like he was the back that
But
Harbaugh
that's what
wanted.
I'm saying though, Chris. Like they didn't re-sign him because they got Najee because they feel like they're one and the same, and he is young, and Najee
But
is
we
younger.
know what. But we, bro, we have Josh Jacobs to get the reps that he wants Najee for. This is a backup and then a different style running back. JK can catch the ball out in the backfield too. We don't have like outside of Josh Jacobs, who last thing we want is do what the Raiders did to get him hurt for 2 seasons,
Yeah, but that's
have him
because he was
hurt
just a
2
Raiders
separate
offense,
seasons
though.
completely.
He was everything for the Raiders. Y'all got
Yeah,
a
but
little
he's all the
bit more
back.
on y'all.
We run the ball a lot though, and we go under center a lot. Like we need two backs for our system makes it works perfectly. Because even if
I
one
mean,
is having crazy production, then when it comes to workload or like
yeah,
play
because that's when
load,
y'all were at y'all's best with Aaron Jones and what's his name? Why's my mind going blank?
Jamal Williams.
No, it was somebody.
Yeah,
Was it Jamal Williams?
we had Jamal before he went to Detroit. We didn't want to resign Jamal Williams.
Was it who?
We had AJ
When Aaron
Dillon,
was still
but
there?
AJ, yeah, Jamal Williams.
Really? I don't think I.
And then we
I did
went
not know
AJ
that.
Dillon. We
It
didn't
was
want to
AJ. AJ
resign.
Dillon was who I was thinking of, though. AJ Dillon was who was in my.
AJ Dillon isn't on the team no more either. We done
Yeah,
got rid of him last season.
yeah, that's who
Like, bro,
I was thinking
our running back room has been falling apart, but I think it's partially because of how much we paid to have Josh Jacobs at. But we done overpaid for
But that's
certain
what I'm.
positions too.
That's what I'm saying though. Is like you done
We
already. I'm not
also
saying you
went
overpaid
ahead
for Josh
and
Jacobs, but you paid Josh Jacobs, and so like, can
we
you
pay.
have
I
more
think we
money?
paid Josh Jacobs how we should have, but then
Do you have more money to allocate?
Jordan Love, that Jordan Love contract is what's gonna do it to us. If we don't make or break something in the next 2 years, that
He's
Jordan
a
Love contract
quarterback,
is gonna
bro.
make us look stupid.
He's a.
It's gonna
He's
make
a.
us look stupid
I don't think it's just that. I think it's like
because
that
then we're
man
not
has to
gonna be
go. He
able to
has to
make
go win
boosts
some
unless.
significant. He has to go win some significant playoff games to not look
That's all I'm saying, bro.
because he
He's
sat.
like,
He. I'm not gonna say you wasted a draft pick because at this point it's been so long. It is what it is. But he sat for 3-4 years, like doing jack nothing. And for him to like, granted, he's played well. Like he's played well when he's gotten his opportunities. He just like every
but
other
for him
damn
to get that
quarterback that's come
contract
through
that
that.
fast, bro.
He's every other quarterback, just like every other quarterback that's come through there that's not named Aaron Rodgers is. He just turns that shit over. He's a gunslinger. He just
We
turns the
okay with that though.
ball over.
That's the other thing as an
No,
organization
the
on
Packers are
offense. Like we
definitely
got to
okay
play
with
okay.
it.
Like I don't know how much I'm okay with it as a fan. How I like to play football, like my offense to be ran.
But the Packers are
But that's
definitely
what
okay
we're
with it.
okay with, and we pay for that. We pay great money
Good
for
money,
that. It's just
y'all do.
when we're winning, bro. When we're winning, it's a good thing. But then it looks like not looks, but it's like, bro, it really comes to construction criticism. But then constructive thinking, like, are we really going to be okay with this? And that would be how we're known, all of that. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not too hot on it because now it comes to free agents. We need people and we need other depth. It's like, oh, money. But to somebody
Money,
who we sit for 3 years,
money.
and then
During that rookie
after sitting for
contract,
three
he was just
years,
sitting on that thing.
bro, like he's making bank. We ought to be his LOC. I was look for other quarterbacks, but it's neither here nor there. We got
Neither
plenty of
here nor
time
there,
before the
man.
season start. We got the draft coming up to be excited about, so it's a lot of upside to be excited about, especially
Yeah,
as a football fan, man. It's a
yeah.
lot.
We got a lot to. It's a lot coming up, man. But guess what? Y'all can stick with us for the updates as we get ready for the draft. These free agent signings continue coming up. We will be looking at the transfer portal. We're gonna see how that all
Yes,
plays out.
how these spring games play out with these
How this
transfers
stuff,
too.
yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. But hey, appreciate y'all for joining us for episode number 2. We'll be back again next week for another episode. Hey, appreciate y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Comment. We gonna start keep this little community in the comment
Keep it
section.
growing,
Talk
keep it
talk
going,
football.
showing love.
Yeah, man. We appreciate y'all. And thank you again for watching. This is another episode of Beyond the Game.